Hi class, this is Britt and I'm going to go over this once again. I'm having problems with my microphone. Anyway, I'm going to go over layer masks and how to manipulate those to expose different layers and preserve the picture or create some cool effects by exposing the bottom layers. And also going to go over channels, something we went over at the very end of the last class that I thought was kind of cool. I'm going to hit on that a little bit. So the theme I chose was concerts. Let me open up concert picture. These are pictures I took, I believe last year, maybe the year before, at a Kiss Def Leppard concert. And really like this one picture I got. Apologize for my phone ringing in the background. Anyway, I'm going to create, first going to delete the lock there so I can manipulate that layer. Just leave it labeled layer 0, and I'm going to create a solid color by right clicking on this down here and choosing solid color. It's going to create a solid color layer. I'm okay with yellow. I'm going to move that layer down, and to expose that yellow layer we can use the marquee tool. Make sure we have the proper layer selected and make a selection, hit your delete key, and that exposes the layer below it by cutting away that layer of the picture. Now, we may not want to cut that. If we want to come back and show this part of the picture again, we can because it's been cut away. So hit Control Alt Z to step backward, Control D to get rid of the selection. I'm going to go ahead and delete this color layer so we don't need it at this time. And I'm going to add another picture behind this of Def Leppard, which came out prior. Apologize, gotta find my picture folder here. Drag the Def Leppard picture over and drop it in there. And I'm going to hold shift to make this picture a little bigger. As you can see, the background there is bleeding through. I want it to take up the whole frame. Click the check box to lock it in, and I'm going to drag Def Leppard back behind it. Now, one way to expose it, let's say I wanted this Def Leppard sign to shine through. Could hit the eye here, hide the layer, use my selection tool, get my selection, can go ahead and hit the eye again, and if, while I have that selection there, if I hit the layer mask tool, you can see that selection's shining through, but it's not the Def Leppard symbol, it's inverted. I want the Kiss image on the top and just the Def Leppard logo. So if I hit Control I, it inverts that selection. And you can see the entire picture of the Kiss concert is still there. I'm just choosing a window, so to speak, to shine through. Another way, I'm going to hit Control Z, get back to that selection, Control Alt Z. Okay, Control D to get rid of the selection. Another way to do this is, as I have that highlighted, just click Layer Mask to add a layer mask, and then I can use my paintbrush. And I already have the size paintbrush selected, and if I paint while I'm in that layer mask, I have this selection here, I can paint the image below it onto this image. And you can see it's not actually erasing. That's what it looks like. If I hit X, you see this little black and white over here. I can paint the picture back on it. Pretty cool feature. So I can choose to just show the Def Leppard logo through as much as I want. That's pretty slick. And if I need to move that, I can hit my pointer tool up here. I get rid of this little link between the layer mask. And if I had a layer mask selected, I can move that window anywhere on the picture I want it. I kind of like the crowd showing through here. It's kind of cool. And leave that down there. But as you can see, the entire picture is still there. I just painted a window in it. Okay, and let's look. I'm going to add another picture here. Actually, before we do that, let's go over the channel. So if I click on channels, go through, you can see the different, I'm sorry, had the wrong. There we go. Apologize, I had the wrong selection. I had to select the background there. Go through your different color channels here. It's kind of neat to see them. If I go to green, I believe that's the one that'll get me the lights. Let me try. If you hold control down, you see it gets a little window by your hand. You click on it. It gets its selections. Yeah, I wanted to get these lights selected. See what the blue is. Even better. So I hit control, click on that channel, and I go back to layers, and I can add a solid color adjustment layer to that selection. Let's leave it on yellow there. There we go. Move it up, you can see it shining through on the lights now. You can double click that layer and change it to anything you want. I really like the bright yellow. And you can add multiple layers if you wanted. You could go down and add another solid color layer. Let's just grab purple, pick in the middle there. If I drag it down, now you can see the purples shining through as well. It's a little much for me, so I'm going to delete the purple layer here. Just right click it and delete the layer. Go back, and I want to add a picture of my wife and I that were there. I want to drag it in and use layer masking to show it through as well. So let me pull this picture over. Put us in the top corner here. Size of it's fine. I'm going to click the checkbox up there to hone it in and drag it down to hide it behind the whole image. And if I get my paintbrush, let's click on our layer mask, get my paintbrush again, I can start to draw us in there. You can see the different layers. The yellow selection above us is shining through, which is fine. I just want to kind of image it in. And I already got the link. Check there. So go to my selection tool and get that in just where I want it. Okay. So we went over quite a few things here. We've set a background image. We showed how to create a solid color layer and how using the marquee tool we can select and delete part of the picture to expose the layer below it, or we can select and use the layer mask option to show that selection through there. We've also shown with the brush tool how we can paint through with layer masks to expose a window into the images below it, and how to move those images by the link, selecting the link box here and moving them, or selecting the layer and moving them as a whole. also went into the channels and showed how to select parts of the pictures through the channels and add them as a layer, and add multiple solid color layers through there to manipulate the color of the picture. It's really neat tools with layer masking here. I'm going to go ahead and save this project before we close here. I'm just going to name it, look at that, Royse Challenge 5. I don't need the JPEG there. I'm going to save it as the project so we can come back. And once that's done, I'm going to go ahead and save it as a JPEG as well by hitting the drop down here and saving JPEG. The file is locked. Must have another JPEG there, perhaps. I'll just rename it. Okay, that was it. Must have another file there I didn't see. All right, and that's my project. Thank you.